Okay, welcome to the final of the pitch competition. Let's start by reviewing the dynamics. For a startup, you have 5 minutes, 3 for the presentation and 2 for the questions. For the jury, you have the forms in your mail. So, the first startup in participate is Eonesia. La tele que no va. Sí, está bien.
El micro no. Hola, hola. El micro no, perdona. El micro no va. Okay. Okay, we don't have much time, so let's go straight to the main point. Can we make a picture in our minds of a student in a classroom? Perhaps like this? We have a lot of undermotivated students in our classrooms. Why? Let's analyze it. There are a lot of emerging technologies, but we don't use them. They're not into the system. Since the pandemic started, we have a lot of digital native content, but there's still a lot of professionals lacking tools, especially tools that capture the interest and the motivations of students. So, our solution for this, digital 3D environments in which you can get in and start to learn while playing. We use 3 main points for this: virtual reality for the environments, gamification for the dynamics. We use questions, answers, quizzes, clues, passwords, just to keep them motivated while they're doing it. And we get a report at the end, data. We want to get how they are behaving with each other, how they are evolving throughout the course, so we can identify their flat points and starting to work on them. The market also is very good for this nowadays. If you go to the right side, you can see that AR, VR, AI, these technologies are having a very big growth. So we want to focus on them and use them or our model. Of course, other companies are doing similar things, but we want to distinguish ourselves using neuroscience just to learn how people learn, how we can improve their soft skills. And we want to make things easy. We want to be accessible. We want to fit in any platform, in any LMS, so you don't have to have another platform, just we can fit in yours. These are some of our clients. If you want to check them or ask about them, there's no problem. We can talk later. But I want to talk about our business model. Pay-per-use for an individual experience, subscription, so you can get content packages and use them throughout the course, and the ad hoc, your project, your rules, your topic, your content, your measurement, your rules. We have put a goal for us to the end of this year of 3,500,000 using this roadmap. We were testing, we were experimenting with the prototypes, the environment and the market. We went to market last year, and we are now scaling in Spain and out of Spain. Of course, we count on some partners to do this. First of all, Odilo, they're a very big platform for teachers and for content for them. Neuromindset for the section of science. And we have recently made a contract with the foundation of F1 in schools to put our content and to adapt it to their platform. Of course, this is possible because of this crew of founders. and using the experience and the advices and opinions of this kind of advisors, people from companies, from universities, just to give that point help that we need. So this is our proposal. We want to expand our team, our platform, and to start marketing. And well, this is our plans to make this growth. This is pretty much I had to say about Dionysia. Of course, Dionysia is much more, so I will be happy to answer your questions.
Thank you very much. Any questions? Someone have a question? No? Okay, thank you very much. The next startup is WDCA Studio. A big applause.
Hola, buenas tardes. Somos WDCA y lo que os vamos a presentar es una aplicación que hemos hecho nueva. Se trata de un tour virtual, pero enfocado a la venta de productos. En WDCA somos una empresa de arquitectura y diseño interior, pero estamos especializados en visualización 3D. Al final creemos que los espacios se venden más cuando tú los experimentas y los interactúas, ya que las imágenes se quedan en la mente muy rápido, pero las experiencias hacen que esas imágenes nos perduren en el tiempo. Por eso, en nuestro estudio hemos apostado por los tours virtuales de todos estos espacios que estáis viendo aquí y nos dimos cuenta de que podíamos incorporar esto tanto a proyectos normales de espacios como para, según cómo está la actualidad con el tema de ventas online, ya que en el año 2022 hubo un 76% de ventas, de todas las ventas que se hicieron, fueron online. Entonces, lo que hemos creado es una aplicación tanto para gafas virtuales como para PC, smartphone, todos los dispositivos que se puedan usar con la mano y con los ojos, que estés dentro de una tienda virtual en la que cualquier empresa puede incorporar sus productos, puede diseñar el espacio según quiera y sin límites de, pues como puede tener una tienda que tú alquiles o que tú diseñes, entonces te puede reducir mucho los gastos, ya que puedes tener una o un almacén y luego otra online en la que puedas expandirte por todo el mundo. Esta tienda la podéis ver en nuestra página web si entráis. Está en la página de inicio y lo que más avanzaría en la hora de comprar los productos es que tú puedes recorrer la tienda, puedes mirar cualquier producto y puedes elegir tu material. No tienes un catálogo en la mano o no tienes un catálogo en la web que tú pulses esa imagen y se te añade el carrito, sino que tú vas a elegir el material que quieras, vas a poder ver imágenes o vídeos sobre ese producto, vas a poder ver la ficha técnica y cuando el producto te guste, igual que cuando vas a la tienda y dices quiero este producto, le das al carrito y se te añadirá al carrito directamente como que estás en la tienda y se te va añadiendo todos los productos. Esto creemos que es una buena idea para el avance de la actualidad de las compras y también creemos que es una buena idea ya que las empresas pueden contratarnos para crear el espacio y luego pueden tener una suscripción anual o mensual en la que puedan tener capacidad para añadir más productos, para que la tienda se haga más grande, para cambiar espacios y yo creo que eso podría dar mucho beneficio. Bueno, esto es todo. Me gustaría que probáis la aplicación en la web porque es donde mejor vais a verla, ya que aquí pues, no podía poner un tour virtual, pero son imágenes muy realistas y tienes de verdad la duda de si son fotografías reales o 3D creado. Eso es todo. Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much. Any questions?
Hello. I would like to know if you have some competitor analysis in this field.
Some?
Competitor analysis.
Yes, we think that in Spain there are almost 20 companies that make 3D visualization and a little companies that make virtual tours. There are more companies that make virtual tours real. You go and take the photo real and incorporate in the tour. But hyper-realistic visualization in the tour, there are many in Spain and in the world, not so many.
Okay, thank you very much. The next startup is Defaults.
Hello, everybody. I am Radina, CEO and co-founder at Default. We are a Bulgarian startup. So I might surprise you, but one of our modern-day addiction is not smoking, is not chocolate. It's our addiction to single-use. The idea of waste is a relatively new thing. If we think about the 1940s, most of the packaging were reusable. So empty jars and bottles were collected, cleaned, and refilled. So there was no waste generated from packaging. Luckily, over the last decade, we see the comeback of such modern milkman models, but in a more modern context. It's a great innovation opportunity and great way to change our problem with single-use waste. So we have big brands like Unilever, Nestle already making the first steps. We have retailers introducing refill stations in shops and small startups and innovators really facilitating such reuse refill models to make a comeback in our life. So basically, it's really a teamwork, and we need different players and organizations and also governments and regulations. And we at Default are focused on one specific problem. So can you imagine like going to the supermarket with 12 empty jars and refill everyday goods? It is really a hustle, and it's not convenient. And single use is all about convenience. So we really have a problem to adopt such models at scale. Not to mention that such packaging are really questionable in terms of transportation and the emissions that they generate when they need to be collected back and cleaned. So what if we can create containers that are foldable, easy to carry, and convenient? So this is what we are committed, really, to make reuse more accessible and sexy and attractive for end users, while at the same time, such containers can be very efficient for transportation. So at Default, we are on a mission to really spread reuse in a modern way. We are developing foldable, reusable containers that can be bottles, cups, even larger kegs and barrels. And we have a utility patent over a wide range of collapsible patterns that are applicable across different industries, but our focus is lifestyle reusable products and then moving to reusable packaging. The first, statement to this world is our first product, the Default Origami Bottle. It is the first foldable, reusable product that is made of a plant-based material. We are really honored to have all of these big recognitions, one of the biggest awards in design and sustainability. And we officially make our tribute with the bottle to market last year when we started mass production. It is already in some major retailers in Germany, like Globetrotter. We are selling online on Amazon, and we are spreading merchandise with corporates. Our expansion strategy involves the introduction of a better version of the product next year, and also launching our second product, which is our Origami Cup. And with it, we are looking to go more into deposit and return systems. Now we are looking for an investment of 900K, and we have a detailed financial plan if somebody wants to have first conversation. Thank you for your time, and yeah, let's spread reuse. Thank you for your time.
Any questions? Someone have a question? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
The next startup is Beat Therapeutics.
When the new year rings, there's always something that we all wish for: health. At Beat Therapeutics, we are on a mission to transform cancer patients' health. And we are driven by a single goal: to develop effective therapeutic options for patients who have none. The journey of a cancer patient is dictated not only by the difficult nature of the disease, but also available treatments. And while for some patients there are life-saving therapies, for others, treatments can cause severe side effects and still ultimately fail. We want to reach the 1.7 million patients that every year are diagnosed with hard-to-treat cancers and for whom ineffective treatments still result in 70% mortality rates. Our team spent years researching active compounds who could change these patients' fate. The result is BBIT-20, a first-in-class anti-tumor agent that is effective against these aggressive cancers. BBIT is a chemical derivative that was extracted from the root of a medicinal plant. It is now obtainable by chemical synthesis in lab and is patented in 8 strategic regions. But among so many emerging cancer therapeutics, why BBIT-20? Well, this therapeutic showed to be 4 to 20 times more effective than conventional treatments while needing up to 10 times lower doses because it has a specific mechanism of action that only targets cancer cells. One defining characteristic of BBIT is that it effectively kills cancer cells that are already resistant to chemotherapy. So this will translate into a therapy with higher clinical benefits and less side effects for patients. Our global market for our clinical indication priority, which is advanced stage pancreatic cancer, is projected to reach $26 billion annually. And our key milestone is to take this therapy into the first human trials. And for that, we are raising 4.4 million euros. Towards this goal, we have already secured pre-seed funding from one of Portugal's leading VCs, and we have established partnerships with centers for clinical trials and also patients' associations to have real end-user validation. Our team of highly qualified pharmaceutical, clinical, and business experts is dedicated to bringing this therapy to patients. My name is Angela Carvalho, and on behalf of our team, I want to invite you to join us to come knock out cancer. Thank you.
Any questions? Someone have a question? No? Okay, thank you very much. The next startup is nanostin.
Hi everyone. So energy sector and water sector will grow exponentially in the coming years, but they have some limitation that we can solve using nanotechnology, the art of manipulate matter at a very, very small level. It's true that there are a lot of different companies that synthesize nanoparticles in the world, but they normally use chemical ways. So it entails a series of limitations, such as the presence of impurities in the surface of nanoparticle. It's difficult to control the particle size, and they normally use reactants, chemical reactant and solvent that generate a lot of residue to the environment. So this is why NanoSteam, we have developed a new technology for the synthesis of nanoparticles and surface coating without generating any impurity in the surface of nanoparticles, controlling the particle size with a lot of precision, and without generating any residue during the process. The power of our application, of our technology, is the scalability to multiple applications. As I mentioned, we can use this technology to develop new coatings, for example, for improve the efficiency of solar cells, to enhance the activity of electrodes for batteries, fuel cells, capacitors, or even in the water sector to develop new biosensors with more sensitivity. But we can also apply this kind of technology to a sector like aerospace sector or even to nanomedicine. So the market is huge, and maybe looking to this data, you can think that the market that NanoSteam can afford is small, but you have to know that we are focused in high add value application where this type of technology is very, very interesting. Our business model is simple because we sell nanoparticles by surface coating or dispersing liquids. And our team is based on different profiles with a strong background in nanotechnology, physics, chemistry, and we have other profiles with a lot of experience in startup growth, business development, and investment. So until now, we have raised more than €500,000 in public financing and a first investment round of €300,000. And right now, we are working with different companies in the energy sector, water and sensor sector, and in the aerospace sector too. And we hope in the next 2 years to start to develop our technology in the nanomedicine sector too. So just to finish, remember that, as I mentioned, we are a small solution with big application in technology, and thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions? Someone have a question? No? Okay, thank you very much. The next startup is HPA International.
Hi to everybody. Nice to meet you here. I want to tell you our history, our updated history that is different than the PPT that we have here today. I want to invite you to imagine a world where we can know in a better way and in a new way to the people, the users, the customers, and the students. We began in the universities in Latin America, evaluating more than 1.5 million of students with psychometric models. And today we learn something new, that we can change the way how we sell, how we advise, how we do something more and with more value with the people that we have together. Today, the companies in different industries have a loss of more than $70 billion per year for they don't know actually their customers in a good way. Today, we can change that with our microservices that we put inside the websites, chatbots, or, for example, the mobile application, making a short gamified assessment for can learn how they learn, what they want, how is their personality, how they take decisions, and what they need to learn. For example, for can improve new skills in the market of the jobs or in the market of another sides. In that way, today we don't want your money because we have 67% of profit with more than 1.5 million people inside our system, but we want new partners for can increase our impact in different parts of the world. We have operation in Chile, Colombia, United States, and Brazil today. We're going to open to the end of this year here in Spain for can open the Euro market, and in that way can improve the financial system, for example, how your bank going to attend you in the next years, or the retail system, knowing what do you want when nobody asks you how do you want that what you are searching. In that way, we are 16 people in our team. My name is Isaiah Sharon. I'm PhD in Education and New Technologies, and we developed this system since 2015. And today we want to change the way that we teach, that we search, and how we accompany to new people in different places and cities. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Any questions? No? Any questions? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, the next startup is Omnio.
Actually, a microphone.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Are we starting? Good morning to all of you. My name is Stoyan Luzanov, and I'm the founder and CEO of Omnio. And today, we're going to talk about compliance and regulatory technology. So, what are the biggest problems that we tackle in compliance? Well, more than 80% of all financial institutions actually struggle with it because they use multiple software solutions that essentially all claim they automate compliance, but they automate only the detection of potential financial crime, not automation of resolution. So that forces financial institutions to essentially hire more and more people to fill out their compliance teams. And if they fail to do that entire cycle, well, essentially they get heavily fined by the local regulator. So our solution to that problem is that we have created a synthetic investigator on top of the big data analytics software that essentially automates more than 90% of all manual actions that compliance staff does, effectively automating not only the identification of potential crime, but also the resolution of it. Omnio provides a natural extension of your team, and essentially all we need to do that is the compliance policies and procedures of the financial institution. Our state-of-the-art software has 4 modules that cover all sub-aspects of financial crime compliance, and we have infused them with 360-degree profile of each corporate or retail customer of the financial institution, a synthetic investigator that writes and analyzes like a human, and we have a 7-layered proprietary no-code rule engine that essentially detects everything. So I'm not going to bore you with the process because it's way too complex, but the outcome of this entire endeavor for banks and financial institutions is that first and most importantly, you're staying ahead of the ever-growing regulations because essentially whenever there is something new that comes from the regulator or from law, you can put it into Omnio and it can start working in a matter of minutes. You have an elevated sense of compliance security because nothing can pass you, and of course you have quite a few percentage of savings of your operational compliance budget. So the return on investment is clear, but we don't only save money, we save crucial amount of time spent on compliance, which is extremely important for all financial institutions. So the companies we help in our target market is pretty much every regulated entity from a MSB to a big bank. And this is how we stack up against the competition in terms of functionality. We are effectively providing a tool that analyzes everything and gives you the outcome like a human would give it to you if they saw the same information. And what we've achieved so far, well, we have an incredible team. We have built this enterprise-grade software, and We have investments, we have identified new business models, and we have partners and customers across 3 continents. Thank you very much, and I really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. Any questions? Someone have a question? No? Okay, thank you very much. The next startup is Rally. A big applause. Thank you.
So, hello everyone. My name is Sergio Pesquera and I am CEO and co-founder of Rely. First of all, we are going to talk about artificial intelligence, computer vision, and industry. So, I think that all of us know that Industry 4.0 has allowed all of our factories to gather all of the data that they are creating, they are generating throughout production, and that has come to them to allow to automate a lot of processes and to improve a lot of the processes that happen on industry. And also, I think that all of you know about ChatGPT and that kind of companies that are appearing right now and creating so much cool products that allows us to use artificial intelligence in our day-to-day. So what we do in Rely is to allow factories and industrial integrators to use our no-code platform to automate quality inspection processes in factories using not only computer vision, but also artificial intelligence. Okay? So the big problem that those factories, those industries have is, I think that all of you have heard in the news about maybe Toyota or another company calling back a lot of production because maybe there were an issue with a brake. So that's the problem that we tackle, and how they've been solving that problem up to now is using human operators that are not reliable, that cost a lot of money, and what we bring to the table is applying computer vision technologies and traceability to automate that kind of processes. So a lot of our customers are able to train our models using our tools and to automate those processes, and once they've already automated them, they can inspect all of the historical data that we generate with our tool, and can not only improve quality in the factories, but also take impact in production and maintenance, because if you know how the production is going on, how your quality is going on, you are also going to improve your maintenance and your production rates. So we've been working in this for more than 4 years already. We've been working with clients big such as Bridgestone, Hitachi, BCH Group, and right now we are seeking for funding to bring this technology to the next level and bring our market to the next level. So thank you everyone.
Thank you very much. Any questions? Someone have a question? No? Okay, thank you very much. The next startup is Kinetic Automotive.
Hello everyone, my name is Chris Valov and I'm part of the Kinetic Automotive team. But before showing you what we are doing, I would like to tell you about my kid's dream. This guy is most probably one of the best pilots in Formula 1. Michael Schumacher, 15 years ago, enlightened the spark inside the little Chris to become a Formula 1 pilot. And I asked myself, how can I do it? And there was only one step, starting from karting. The next guy, Ellis Piezia, is probably a future Formula E superstar, and he has competed in almost every single Formula E championships worldwide. And he stated that there is one major gap inside the electric motorsport, and it is that there is missing first step in the electric motorsport. Currently, there are 3 championships of electric go-karts and more than 200 conventional go-kart championships. And for each Alice, there is at least 328 pilots. So you know the problem, and the solution is kinetic automotive. And what we present currently, it's our kinetic electric go-karts, also telemetry that we have developed, and championship as a service. And with those 3, we plan to become the first step of the future superstars of the Formula E. This is not possible with just a normal go-kart. That's why we have developed the fastest electric go-kart in the world that accelerates just like modern Porsche for 3.5 seconds from 0 to 100. Also with it comes modern in-house developed telemetry that in real time gives information to the pilot, to its team, while he's on the track on what they can improve, so his skills can improve also. This is our team. The photo was taken on the very first electric go-kart championship in Eastern Europe, which by the way was organized by us. And market validated our idea not only with the great success of the championship, but also with the 60 pre-orders requests that we have when we launched our prototype, Kinetic 27, in only 2 weeks. At the same time, the market size worldwide of the kartings being 6 million euros per year, we have set a really conservative goal of at least 0.9% or $5.4 million in just 3 years. And our goal is all of this to start from Bulgaria and to have 3 go-kart fleets, one in the Nordic region, one in Germany, and one in Spain. And here we need your help to become the pioneers of the electric go-kart. Of course, this wouldn't be possible without the expertise of Elis and Pavel, who is professional Formula GT driver. And now I'm here to ask you, if you want to become part of the innovation of electric go-kart, just contact us, and we'll be more than happy to show you more. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions?
Thanks for the presentation. So, how more expensive this is or cheaper than a traditional go-kart?
Great question, by the way. So in the long term, electric go-kart is just a little bit more expensive than brand new sports conventional go-kart. However, in the long term, in 2 years, we have done the calculations, the conventional go-kart needs to be almost changed, the whole thing. And basically, it appears that every 2 years, you need to buy new karting. Or if you have children, a boy, and he starts from 3 years, and with every year you need to buy new karting while he grows. This is not the same with kinetic electric go-karts because firstly, the go-karts have software that you can program depending on the age and the category that the pilot races in. Also, at the same time, there is no need for such repairments during the year. And in 2 years, while you buy a new conventional go-kart, you can remain with the same kinetic go-kart.
And why only targeting like competitions and not go to the mainstream, which is like where probably, I'm ignorant, where most of the value is, right? Like 600 million is a good number, but at the end, it's okay.
In this case, we are going in the competition because those are professional sports cars, electric sports cars. Of course, for the mass production, we cannot compete with China. It could be really, really hard. But since for the sport, the professional sport, there is nothing, we want to establish the first step. This is why we decided to go with professional sports car.
Thank you.
Thank you. One more question behind. Oh, sorry. I didn't understand.
Thank you very much. The next startup is RecommendUp.
Just be here. To this side, right? Hello, everyone. My name is Pedro, and I'm the CTO of RecommendUp, where we digitalize word of mouth. So RecommendUp is born from quite a simple and common realization that if you have, for example, a plumbing emergency in the middle of the night, if you need to find a trusty professional online is a nightmare, right? So what do normally people do? You go to Google, you type Salamanca, plumber, emergency, get flooded with millions of, not millions, but loads of results. And then you go to the ones that are close by you, and you can't really trust any of the reviews. So you just frustratingly go from platform to platform, and then you do what everyone does at the end, which is call your mom and dad and see if they know a plumber, right? So this is clearly not efficient. You take loads of time, and there's no guarantee of success. But there's another side of the story. For the professional nowadays, to have an efficient and effective presence online, you need to manage multiple platforms. And most of them don't have the time of the skill to do so. So they end up also relying on word of mouth, just like you did when you called your parents. But there's a solution. RecommendUp is a collaborative platform where you can find professionals recommended by people you know and trust. And for professionals, is your one-stop shop where you can digitalize, gather all of your reviews, and have a solid online platform that gives you added-on services. So we save time for our clients, either if they are regular users or if they are businesses, plus we bring them clients. So we are a growing company on target to get 10,000 professionals here in Spain, which is where we're starting to operate, 200 of them paying customers. And we're doing this in a very efficient way with very respectable acquisitions and retention costs and 50% user ratings. And here, obviously, the market is growing, is maturing, and is global, so there's plenty of opportunities for us. There's competition, but we position such in a place that, either you have people specializing too much on very specific niches for professionals, and they're too slow and costly, or you go to Google and you know you're not going to find the type of professional you like. So if you need someone quickly and with confidence in the place you are, you come to RecommendUp. Our business model is a freemium model, so we don't charge anything for regular users. Our business users can have it for free, but if they want added value, like an online presence and added on functionality like booking, then they can do that for $49.95 a month. And this is our team, headed by Samuel, our CEO, and by myself, both of us second-time founders, and with experience building technology, products, and obviously with marketplaces. And this is a roadmap. So we're now maturing our monetization and acquisition model and planning to go next year to LATAM. So if you need a professional or you know a professional that you can recommend, start using RecommendUp today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions? Someone have a question? Yeah.
Don't be too hard.
Yeah,
okay?
it feels bad otherwise. So tell us a bit, how do you plan to create liquidity in this marketplace where it's basically open to the whole geographic and open to any kind of service? Where for any marketplace, like liquidity is the number one thing to make it success, right?
Yeah, it is a problem, right? We can't tackle everything, but what we're doing is focusing on particular niches and trying to find things that apply across the board. In terms of, if I understood well your question of internationalization.
So liquidity, basically, if I go to your marketplace, I have to make sure I have the answer, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And the problem is, sorry, I didn't understand.
So the problem is if I'm in Barcelona or
Yeah.
I'm in Ibiza or I'm in Andorra,
Yeah.
how do you make sure like you have
Okay.
so many reviews for so many professionals for
Yeah.
anywhere?
Yeah, so what we're doing, and we're developing that now, is know exactly what is the critical mass for each urban population and get that. And that's the acquisition strategy that we need to get to expand. So we're now learning about that by capturing Madrid and Barcelona, which are the easiest targets. But we still have a way to go, and that's the work for this year while we finish the product. But essentially, the parameters are we need to find the right channels for each of the urban areas, and then we need to find what are the typical 10, 15 professions that people are looking for in that area, so we can get sort of organic viral growth in each of them.
Which you didn't find yet, right?
We found in Madrid, we still have to have a scientific method to do it, but we will need to find the right formula, right? It's what we're doing this year.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, thank you for your presentation. Your app is focused on the side of the professional that needs to gain visibility, or from the side of the customers that are looking for a good professional, just not to get messed in the, in the market.
It needs to be
which
both.
point of view is the best?
Yeah, it's a marketplace, so it needs to be both. But we're charging the professional side. So it means that we need to give services to them that is not just the presence, right?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. The next startup is AIO.
Hello, Startup Olé. I am Nemaila. I'm the co-founder and co-CEO of IO, and we are shaping the future of fats and oils. And this is important because the way we are currently produce food is broken and unsustainable. Although people and the market have embraced alternatives, there's too much focus on protein production. But we all know that fats and oils, they are very important not only for the taste, but also for the mouthfeel of food. And currently, palm oil and coconut oil are being used, but we all know that they are either unhealthy or unsustainable as well. Therefore, our solution is to produce fats and oils with a low footprint using a circular economy approach that are healthy and most important, economically viable. How we do this? We basically brew fats and oils. We use low value side streams from agriculture or food industry, and we turn them into ingredients that can be used to food, feed, cosmetics, or household chemicals. This is a picture of our first 3 products. We can have oils in the powder, liquid, or solid form, and they are non-GMO, and they do not have trans fats, and they are very rich into antioxidants and omega-3. So talking about impact and how low is our footprint and how huge can be our impact, just by using 7% of the residues produced in Brazil in agriculture per year, we can replace 30% of palm oil use, and this would mitigate 100 million tons of CO2, not even considering animal fat substitution in this calculation. Although IO is a bit more than 1 year old, we have managed to reach very important milestones. We have managed to fundraise almost 3 million euros. Currently, our process is at TRL 7, and we have managed to scale up to cubic meters. We're having pilots with clients, but we have way more companies' interest that we are trying to fulfill. By this year, by 2024 and this year, we want to start fundraising for our Series A, where we plan to build our demo facility that will be ready in 2026 when we start having revenues. And by 2028, we're going to have our full-scale production and revenues over 100 million euros. And our product will be cheaper than coconut oil, but we are already working to be price competitive to palm oil. So this is our team. We're currently 7 people with different expertise trying to change the world, but we'll grow to 10 people by the end of this month. And today, our ask is to find collaborators that want to try our product, but also to find investors for our Series A equity round, where we aim to raise 5 million euros, but we already have 1.7 in soft commitment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions? Any questions?
Thank you so much, very interesting. The innovation is there, everything was there. So question is, who are your ideal clients and how do you approach and collaborate with them?
Sorry, I cannot hear you so well.
Who are your ideal clients and how do you plan to reach them and work with them?
Okay, so the most ideal client would be a company that has some side stream that needs to be valorized into fats and oils that they can also use in their production as an ingredient. But also, if you have side streams in your place, we would be more than happy to have our IO module or to license our technology so you can also sell the oils for palm and coconut oil replacement.
Sounds great, but sounds also hypothetical. Do you have concrete examples or are you already working with anyone?
Yes, so currently we're working with a big dairy industry in Finland where they also have their plant-based food segment. So they are sending their dairy industry side streams that we are valorizing into fats and oils that they are using for their plant-based products. Did I answer your question? Yeah, go, thank you.
Thank you very much. The next startup is Lumen.
Hello, my name is Cornel. I'm the CEO and founder of Lumen, where we build glasses that empower the blind to live a better life. I was born in a family where both of my parents and my sister have disabilities. Growing up, I understood how much technology can help people with disabilities, but also how little technology exists for people like them. And when you talk about blindness, you have 40 million people blind now, and the number is increasing. And despite some solutions, when it comes to the mobility of the blind, you only have 2 solutions, and they're thousands of years old: the guide dog and the white cane. Now, the guide dog is unanimously well seen as a great solution, but due to multiple drawbacks in the entire world, to 40 million blind people, you only have 28,000 guide dogs. But here's where we come in. We built the Lumen glasses that replicate the main features of a guide dog without the drawbacks that make a guide dog a non-scalable solution. As a comparison, if the guide dog pulls your hand, we do exactly the same, but we pull your head with our patented haptic interface. This is the most advanced assistive technology in the world. It's self-driving, scaled down to something you can wear on your head. And this is what our testers are saying. I expected something like this to be possible, but not during our lifetime. And it's just one of over 200 blind individuals which are testing our solution, which now is in a clinical investigation. In terms of competition, or better said, the challenges that the blind face, reading and understanding the environment and the objects, that's done by others, we do it as well. But guidance and guided navigation to go new places is the first time in history when technology can do what up until today only a human companion or the guide dog could do. We're selling this at roughly 5,000 euros, but we don't want the blind to pay for this. We have identified over 250 different mechanisms for subsidies or reimbursements all over the world. By 2025, we expect to surpass 24,000 sold units and a net revenue of 74 million euro. We have been recognized tremendously by some of the most important awards out there. We're working directly with some of the greatest companies, working with Intel and NVIDIA directly on the hardware, and we are the first Romanian startup to win funding from the EIC Accelerator. In total, we have raised over 14 million euros. Now, we're a team of over 60 people, 3 years old, a bit older than what's written there. Absolutely amazing stories. Just to give you one of them, Professor Dr. Marion, my team member, he was actually born blind, and for 21 years of his life until a cataract surgery, partially recovered his vision. Now, he's leading testing with the blind. We are now raising a €5 million round, of which 50% is already committed, and very soon we're going to commit the other 50%. Thank you. Questions?
Thank you very much. Any questions?
Congratulations, that sounded very innovative, very interesting. The question I have is, you mentioned you don't want the blind to be paying for that. That sounds really nice, and you have identified 280, or I don't know how many different ways of getting that. Could you mention some of it? It's just very curious.
Sure. I can give you the simplest example. We are from Romania. I love giving the Romanian example whenever I can pronounce my country's name. In Romania, we have a 70 million euro budget, which accommodates up to 6,300 euros per blind individual to purchase assistive technologies. There are some, it has to be an adult person, and there are a bit more regulations in terms of that, but that's just one example. In Germany, it goes up to 100,000, Belgium goes to 13,000, Spain goes around 3,500, but I know that might change soon, so let's see.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
The next startup is the Pencare. The Pencare.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be with you all today. In the next few minutes, I'm going to talk to you about the Pencare, a startup that was born like all great stories from a personal story. These were my grandparents, the best people I have ever known. In 2018, they were in a situation here in Salamanca, after several falls and other problems, in which they needed help for the day-to-day life. They became the first people to be cared for by the Pencare. Today, we are facing a major problem in an aging society, more than 5 million people over 75 years old, with little capacity in nursing home, and the vast majority of population saying that they want to stay at home. With high dependency levels and a high economic value for this market, the time is now to provide the right solution. In this context, we imagine that another world was possible.
Imagine a world in which the elderly can live a full life in their own home. At DependCare, we have imagined it and made it a reality. We provide the ideal carer for each family, and we take care of everything. DependCare. We care with love.
DependCare is the global caregiving solution. We provide the ideal caregiver without paperwork and carrying out the whole process without leaving their home, providing fully guaranteed services, all this under a subscription, a monthly subscription model. We provide additional services like physiotherapy, podiatry, 24-hour telemedicine, and home pharmacy. We have an app that communicates the caregivers with the user and allows them to follow the whole service. And we are already a recognized company. Many media are talking about us. If you search for the Pencare on Google right now, you will see other companies paying for the keyword the Pencare. The Pencare is linked and focused to several sustainable development goals. For example, 92% of our careers have previously worked in wage conditions below the professional minimum wage. 96% of our careers were in difficulties of labor insertion before working through the Pencare, and 56% of our users were living alone before being cared for by us. The Pencare has demonstrated business traction. We reached a GMV of 2.7 million in 2022. We provide a nationwide service with a network of 2,500 validated caregivers, and we are an ENISA-funded company. We have partnerships with Fundación 11, Ibercaja, Nueva Mutua Sanitaria, and other insurance companies and nationwide banks. We are also leaders in customer experience. We have increased our GMV more than 900% Since 2019, we have served more than 1,000 clients, and we generate employment. We have 300 caregivers working today across Spain. We have a truly committed and experienced team, and we have opened a capital increase in order to boost the Depencare in the coming years, a capital increase of 1.2 million. At Depencare, we know how to make the world a better place for the elderly and their careers. All that we need is for you to join us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Any question? Someone have a question? Yeah.
So I searched for you and I saw like 2 other competitors in Google. How different are you from them?
Okay, it's a really good question, because in this market, in our opinion, the differentiation comes from customer experience. When you search for a pencil or for a book in Amazon, you see for reviews and for opinions and so on and so forth. It's more important, far more important, when you are looking for a caregiver for your family. We are leaders in customer experience because we believe and we breathe about customers, and we think this is the real differentiation. When you go, for example, to Starbucks and you pay $4 for a coffee that costs $1.5 in Café Manolo, is because the experience is better for you. Maybe it's not for the coffee. We think the differentiation comes from customer experience.
Does it mean like you are 4 times more expensive than the competitors?
No.
And how do you vet your caregivers? How do you vet them? How do you make sure they are good ones?
We are sure that they are good ones because we have a really strict selection and recruitment process. We make interviews, we analyze referrals, and almost 95%, 94% of the curriculums of the CV that we receive are out of the process. So we have a truly committed, if you wish, caregiving network.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, no more questions. Sorry. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Gracias. Okay, the next startup is RateBank.
Hi, I'm Camilla, a founding team member of RateBank. Technologies have skyrocketed. You can listen to music anytime using Spotify. You can even find your future partner with one successful swipe on Tinder. But the hotel industry hasn't changed since Airbnb was launched back in 2008. We still overpay for hotels every single time. But the problem is easy. There's a monopoly of Booking.com running 70% of the European market and dictating the rules. So RateBank browser extension levels out the playing field. Our initial idea was to compare prices across different providers and show the cheapest one. But we went beyond that. Knowing that hotel prices differ based on your location, we integrated proxy search. Now we know not only the provider, but also the country that offers the best rate. And I bet you didn't know that you can book Airbnb properties elsewhere on the internet if you're really into the exploring internet. So we fixed this issue, and we outgrew the competition. Now RateBank can detect the exact match on other providers when you browse Airbnb. And with this version of Ratepunk, in 2022, we've acquired over 100,000 users. They made bookings worth 1.5 million euros, and we generated 114,000 euros in revenue. And we formed partnerships with the travel industry leaders under the revenue share model. Now, with Ratepunk Hotels, we are opening the closed system of wholesale hotel rates. We are taking away the commission so our customers can get the lowest price. And with this vision, by the end of this year, we will acquire 500,000 users, and they will make more than 100,000 bookings, and we will generate 1.7 million euros in revenue in subscription. How are we going to do all this? Meet the team. I don't have any fancy logos up there. It's because these people are the bravest travel industry disruptors. And led by our CEO, Justin, we will beat our own 2023 projections. Today, I ask you, don't let the travel industry be a one-player game. Invest in us by simply downloading a free-of-charge Ratepunk browser extension, or take a step further and support us in our seed funding round. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions? Someone have a question?
Sí. Thanks for the presentation. What is the pre-money valuation in the round?
Excuse me, could you repeat?
The pre-money valuation in the round.
So we've raised, in the seed round, so far we've raised $1 million, and now we're looking to divide 500,000 for this, to close the seed funding round.
The company's valuation, he's asking. What is the value of the company?
Oh, so currently the valuation could be around 2 million, but we're not making profit yet. We're making only the revenue after being 1 year in the market, and later on we can expand.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
The last startup is Subcargo. A big applause.
Hola a todos, ¿cómo están? Mi nombre es Fernanda Palacios y soy co-founder y CEO de Subcargo. ¿Qué es Subcargo? Subcargo es una plataforma tecnológica que busca digitalizar y democratizar el transporte de carga terrestre. ¿Por qué? Porque la industria del transporte de carga es una industria muy concentrada, donde aproximadamente el 9% de las empresas concentran más del 65% de la facturación del mercado y el restante 91% concentra el 35% o menos. O sea, no logran optar al resto del mercado. ¿Por qué no lo logran? Porque no, obviamente porque no están digitalizados, porque no tienen las garantías, no pueden comparar, digamos, los precios y trazar toda la cobertura, ¿ya? El tema de la digitalización genera, obviamente, la falta de digitalización no permite una comparación sistémica de precios, no existe una revisión constante de documentos que garantice el cumplimiento de los permisos de circulación, etcétera. No permite optimizar la carga, el retorno de los camiones vacíos y, por lo menos, de la misma manera, tampoco permite optimizar una consolidación de cargas. ¿Qué es entonces Subcargo? Subcargo es una plataforma digital que tiene una plataforma web y una aplicación que, en muy simples palabras, junta las necesidades de los clientes mandantes con la disponibilidad de camiones o transportistas. Esto genera, obviamente, beneficios. Es una plataforma colaborativa donde se generan sinergias tanto para los clientes como para los transportistas, básicamente en temas de precios, costos, temas de cobertura, el tema de los retornos y la consolidación de los viajes, y un tema muy importante que es el tema de financiamiento, tanto para el cliente como para el transportista. Todo esto nos permite, justamente, como empresa y como propuesta de valor, declararnos como una empresa triple impacto. ¿Por qué? Desde lo económico es un poco más obvio, porque obviamente nos permite generar optimización de precios para los clientes y mayor trabajo o demanda para los transportistas. Pero desde el punto de vista del medio ambiente existe un ahorro importante en la huella medioambiental, producto de la optimización de los retornos vacíos, y eso obviamente genera menor consumo de benzina, menor contaminación. Y por el lado social, que es el lado que a mí personalmente más me motiva y más me gusta, nos permite darle soporte a los que conducen los camiones, a los camioneros o los que manejan, con todo un ecosistema de beneficios, financiamientos, seguros, etc. ¿Cómo es nuestro modelo de negocio? Nosotros somos una plataforma tecnológica que cobra un fee transaccional a los clientes, y eso nos permite generar una masa crítica que después también nos ha permitido desarrollar negocios paralelos, como el tema del pago anticipado, el tema del marketplace, anticipo combustible, comisión por seguros y reportería. Hoy día estamos en Chile y en Perú, y con un roadmap de crecimiento a Colombia, México y Panamá. Y todo lo anterior que le he contado nos ha permitido, obviamente, tener resultados positivos desde que lanzamos el 2021, tanto en clientes, transportistas y en facturación. Tenemos múltiples clientes que nos han ayudado a crecer y a abrir a los demás países, porque son estos mismos clientes los que nos han pedido que abramos operaciones en los demás países. Y finalmente, para terminar, contarles el equipo. Bueno, yo soy co-founder con mi hermano Daniel, y tenemos un equipo bastante robusto, pero más que el equipo de C-Levels, yo les quería mostrar quiénes son los que de verdad han hecho que esta empresa le vaya lo bien que le ha ido este último tiempo, que es el equipo que está detrás de la operación, digamos, y de la tecnología. Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much. Any questions?
Sí, te quería preguntar por la diferenciación que tenéis con otros competidores, como Tenders o Trackster, y entiendo que si también nos puedes mencionar también algunos que estén en LATAM, y respecto a ellos, ¿en qué punto estáis?
Bien. A ver, respecto a otros competidores, principalmente tenemos, obviamente, competidores que tienen plataformas tecnológicas como nosotros, y también una competencia importante en la industria de transporte más análoga, digamos, ¿ya? Nosotros nos diferenciamos principalmente por esto que les comentaba, que tenemos un enfoque triple impacto. O sea, no estamos buscando solamente rentabilidad o ganar dinero, sino que todas las iniciativas o las nuevas funcionalidades que buscamos desarrollar van en línea justamente de impactar no solo lo financiero, sino que lo sustentable y lo social. Eso por un lado, y por el lado de los competidores tecnológicos, principalmente nos diferenciamos porque la competencia tecnológica lo que hace es juntar puntas, como un marketplace. Entonces dice transportista cliente, entiéndanse entre ustedes y páguenme a mí el fee. Nosotros, a diferencia, intermediamos toda la transacción. O sea, el cliente nos paga a nosotros y nosotros le pagamos al transportista. Gracias.
Muchísimas gracias. Thank you for attending to the final of the pitch competition. Please remember to send the forms at the end, and see you in the cocktail at Colegio Arzobispo Fonseca, where the winner of the pitch competition will be announced. We ask you that please be present. Admission is free for all of you. Thank you very much.